the law of Christ. Because the law of Christ tells us to love the Lord thou God with all our heart, with all our mind, with all our strength, and to love our neighbor as ourselves, and to love each other as he has loved his disciples. That's what he told his disciples. But the funny part is, I had the kids for Bible study. Not going to be long because my phone about to die. Had the kids for Bible study. And one of them was acting up. And I had to separate him and put him in a different seat. So he's kicking and screaming and acting up crazy. I said, I'm going to call your uncle and you're going to get in trouble. So he didn't want that. So I called him. But then I said I could call him back just as well and tell him not to do anything and not for you to get in trouble if you act right, if you change your behavior. And then I sat down with him next to him and we're looking at one another. And I say to him, I'm surprised you're acting like this because you are one of my favorites. And the kid said, what? I said, they said, what about me? I said, wait a minute. I said, he's one of my favorite. I didn't say he's my favorite. I said, he's one of my favorite. Y'all all my favorite. I love y'all all the same. He's just one of my favorite. And that was about to ball me up. And that was good enough. Because that is the point. I love them all the same. And I treat them all the same, even though they act differently. Some are more well-behaved than others. But I love them all the same. And as I was comforting him, and he changed his attitude, within that day. And he started acting better, which was good. Because me having that one-on-one with him and telling him that I'm surprised you're acting this way. You are one of my favorites. The kids heard that, said, what? What about me? And I said, he's one of my favorite. Y'all are more than one people here. I said, he's just one of my favorite. You're all my favorite. And that was satisfactory to them. Hallelujah. So let's go to Romans chapter 2. And let's go to verse 11. For there is no partiality with God. Hallelujah. So let's just go to James chapter 2, verses 1 through 13. Yeah. My brethren, do not